Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to speak about Lewandowski because it has been said that Lewandowski is currently recovering from a muscle injury and he's training individually, and he will also miss the Barcelona season opener against Mallorca on August 16. Hansi Flick is taking a very careful approach on the player because they want to prioritize his full recovery to make sure that he is available for the entire season, because the last thing you want to do is to push for a player who is 36 years old to play in the match against Mallorca even though he's injured, and then eventually potentially as well make him miss a couple of months. We don't want to do that. Lewandowski is very important for FC Barcelona. He was a key figure last season, scoring 27 La Liga goals and 42 total goals across all competitive competitions. Lewandowski does have one goal as well. He wants to win more with FC Barcelona, and he does want to win the Champions League with Barcelona. If Lewandowski was not interested in winning more at FC Barcelona, then he would have taken the Saudi offer. He would have gone over there and get paid 100 million euros. But for you to reject that amount of money is really telling us something, and that is that he feels a little empty at his time at Barcelona. He needs to achieve more. It's not just about his personal stats. Also keep in mind that he does plan to rejoin the Poland national team that is going to be crucial for the World Cup qualifiers in September. So he for sure does need some rest and needs to manage his muscle injury. And the same thing is going to go on with Koundé, Casadó, and Bernal. These players also did short individual sessions, which is part of the club's strategy to manage players' fitness and freshness ahead of the demanding season. With Bernal still recovering from the ACL injury, even though he's fine, he can still run. They want him in top form. So speaking about Lewandowski, let's also talk about Lewandowski's agent, because recently Laporta met with Pini Zahavi in a restaurant, and that meeting was for a total of 2 hours. And the reason why they were having this meeting is because they usually do it every season. Like, this is something that's very usual. It happens all the time. There's a great relationship between Pini Zahavi and Laporta, so none of this comes by surprise. However, I would also not be surprised if we hear that Pini Zahavi and Laporta are already planning for the summer of 2026 and how Lewandowski's future is going to look like. Because honestly, I just don't see how Laporta and Pini Zahavi are going to be talking about anything else besides Lewandowski. And this was not the only meeting. Deco will also meet with Flick to reassess the squad today. By the time I am recording this video, most likely Deco and Flick already met, but that is the intention. Deco and Flick will be meeting or have met, and the conversations that they want to have in this meeting is whether they should sign a brand new center back or not. They understand that it's very slim, that this whole idea of signing a brand new center back seems very unrealistic for now, and that is mainly because we have to register our players. We haven't done that job yet, but Deco and Flick want to be fully prepared in case, if things go very well and Barcelona have the capacity to sign one more player. They want to know their options. They want to know how far can they go in this transfer window, because we still have about 3 weeks left before the window does close. So to make it very clear, if Barcelona do find the capacity and the opportunity to sign one more player, they will be going for a center back. So what is Barcelona doing right now to make themselves financially stronger for this summer? Well, we still have the VIP box situation. The sale of the VIP seats does remain unresolved. The main reason why Laporta created this operation, why they wanted to sell the VIP seats, is because this whole thing was designed to make sure that if it were to be sold, it would help Barcelona achieve the 1-1 rule and also register the players that they need to register. It's a huge sale. It's going to bring a total of 100 million euros to the club. Barcelona already have Middle Eastern investors. Like, this whole deal is already locked down. However, the final validation from La Liga is pending, and La Liga are taking their time. Like, I don't know what's taking so long, because Barcelona do need this sale as fast as possible, because without it, they cannot restore the 1-1 spending rule. So at this moment, we are very unflexible, but the job and the operations have already been complete on Barcelona's part. The board have also recently approved a 7 million euro guarantee to help register the unregistered players in case the short-term solution of the VIP seats revenues do not come in time. And one of the most important players that Barcelona want to register for sure going into this Saturday, besides Joan Garcia, it is going to be Marcus Rashford. There is a race, and yet he isn't registered in La Liga. And let me tell you, Rashford does want to play that match against Mallorca. He wants to be in the debut opener, and the reason why is because I don't know if you guys have seen the interview between Rashford and Gary Lineker, right? It was a huge interview. It was like an hour long. I was watching it, and when they were discussing how Rashford should approach Barcelona and the culture, etc., right? One of the things that Rashford said is, I really want to play the match versus Mallorca. And Gary, who was also a club legend, somebody who played at Barcelona before, was saying like, yeah, like you should play in that match, and we want to see you do very well. So Rashford is very enthusiastic about it, and it would suck to hear that Barcelona did not do their job and they could not get Rashford to play in the opener match. Another very interesting thing that I got from that interview is Rashford has made it very clear that he does want to play on the left wing position. He said that he can also play on the center forward position, but the reason why he does not like the forward position as much as the left wing position is because he sees the ball much less and he wants to be on the ball. He wants to dribble more, and one of the ways that you can do that is by playing on the left because you are a build-up type of player. And Rashford said, I'm not really much of a goal scorer. I like to score goals, but I really enjoy being on the left flank, dribbling through players and looking for key passes. Go look at how Marcus Rashford made that key pass to Rafinha that ultimately led towards a goal during the preseason. That is what Rashford likes to do, and Rashford made it very clear again in this interview. Now here's the thing, because Lewandowski is going to be injured and he's not going to play in the match against Mallorca, I really do think that Rashford is going to be playing the center forward position, even though he made it very clear that he does have preferences. But this is the reason why Hansi Flick signed Rashford. It is because he's going to need him in certain areas, even though those areas might not be to his liking. Sounds very similar to Rafinha in the early years back in 2022 when he was saying, I do not want to go in the left wing position. I only want to play on the right wing position because it is my strength. But we'll see how Rashford does evolve. I really do think that ultimately the attack going up against Mallorca is going to look something like Lamine Yamal on the right with Rashford up front as the center forward with Rafinha on the left and Gavi or Fermin Lopez in the number 10 position. So now let's move on towards some youngsters because Hector Fort is looking like he's going to be leaving, like it's over. The right back that we have nurtured since his young years is lacking opportunities. Hansi Flick has made it clear that Fort will not have a lot of playing time, and now it does seem like that he will leave very soon, meaning after the match against Mallorca, Hector Fort is going to be making his decision. And those three clubs are Borussia Dortmund, AC Milan, and Ajax. They all remain in the mix. And coincidentally enough, the club that we're going to be facing on Saturday, Mallorca, they are the ones that are the most interested. Barcelona still want to have a little control over Hector Fort. While they know that he's not going to have a lot of opportunities because of Eric Garcia, because of Jules Koundé, and also with Gerard Martin on the left and Alejandro Balde on the left as well, the club does prefer to retain a percentage of his rights and include a buyback clause in any move. So in case Hector Fort ends up performing, right, he's really good, he ends up scoring 7 goals and providing 8 assists, we can buy him back for a certain amount. So he will be available for the match against Mallorca. But right after that, expect to hear huge news in regards to his exit. And speaking about fullbacks, now let's talk about Jofre Torrents. He is one to watch because Barcelona and Flick have a huge plan for Jofre Torrents. They have stated that Jofre Torrents will start with Barça Athletic alongside with Tony Fernandes. Remember, these two players were in the preseason. They did very well, but as of now, Flick wants to place him at Barça Athletic with huge opportunities to be in the first team. Jofre Torrents is an 18-year-old left back, right? One of the emerging La Masia top prospects alongside Yamal and Kubarsi. The club did extend his contract as well until 2028 because they believe in the player. They like the fact that he specializes in the physicality. He has huge endurance, great key passes in the final third. He's also left-footed as well, obviously, with great offensive flair, just like Alejandro Balde. And if you really assess the whole backline, right, I can understand why Flick wants to keep Jofre Torrents next to him, because with Inigo Martinez leaving, knowing that we're also not going to be able to sign a center back, maybe, right, everything is very 50-50 right now, it can be safe to say that Jofre Torrents has chances to play on the left back position with Alejandro Balde because Gerard Martin might see the center back position much more than the left back position, leaving one more space on the left flank. So any new updates in regards to FC Barcelona and this transfer window, we are going to be talking about it here in this YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.